Hey guys. I'm sorry. Okay, so this is my first video. Yeah, this is like my first video ever, and it's gonna be on our YouTube channel. So I thought the first thing that I should do is, just show you what I'm like. So I think the best way to show you who I am is to show you my sketchbook, which is crazy because I can't show you my sketchbook. But I'll let you guys see it because Okay guys, this is my second time filming this because I kind of just completely messed up on the first one. But I'm just trying to show you my sketchbook, so here we go. It's just my cover. I have some few things like some paint swatches, if you're gonna get close, stickers,
sticky note that someone drew on for me, a little postcard, all this stuff, some goals, everything. My sketchbook is a mess. It's the covers. And then, like I said earlier, it is falling apart, so I have to get some heavy-duty tape and tape this thing together. Tape the spine, because if you look, it kind of ripped down the whole way, or at least like most of the way, so I had to tape it before the whole binding fell apart.
First page. Here's my sketchbook. So I love to paint people, so that's what I started off with. I painted me. It's like kind of spooky, kind of creepy, kind of creepy. So that's what I'm going here. By the way, guys, I might ramble a lot, so I apologize up front. Okay, whatever. Next, I drew some hands. I used watercolor, some other pieces of paper, alcohol marker, and then just some pen and pencil. Not that page. Let's go to this. Let's go to this one. Yeah. I did a still life. Not a still life. I painted outside. I mapped it out. If you can see it, the light's kind of vibrant. Whatever. So I painted outside. I did some preliminary sketch thingies. I was like, okay, some thumbnails, that's the word. And then I just did some colors and then boom! Painting. Acrylic on cardboard. I didn't prime it or I didn't prep it or anything. I just put the paint straight into the cardboard and just, hope for the best. And, I think it turned out pretty well. I like this. Next one, I got some gouache, powdered gouache, and then I got a bunch of different gouaches. And so I painted myself when I was 1. And that's what you got. That's what we got. And I like it. I think it looks kind of realistic. The hand, it's a little messy, but my hat's in sideways and there's the little rip. There's a little string. Next, I tried to do a still life. I probably should have prepped this because I just read acrylic and it's very something. Anyways, here it is. I don't really like it, so I don't have much to say about it. Next page. Okay, here is a painting of me. Let's try to get the glare out the way. I go a leaf and I was like, okay, what is missing something? I was like, okay, let me just use some colored pencils and put some bubbles. And then I use gouache for the highlights on top of the bubble. Oh, and this is just here because the acrylic paint loves to stick for some reason. It's kind of annoying, especially on sketchbooks. It just so I put that there to stop it. And it's kind of rubbing off and making the gold kind of dull. I don't think you can see it on camera, but just believe me, it's there and it's happening. Next page. Here is another one of me. Don't have much to say. It's kind of similar to the first one, similar hand position. But this one's in gouache. The other one was in acrylic. The finger is kind of bent, but it's cool. Oh, that is it. Boom. Next, I have some gouache paintings. We're not going to talk about that because that just is a literal mess. Here I have a gouache painting still life that I did. I sat down, I put a plate, a towel, and a sponge. This is a scrub mommy. I don't know how many people have told me.
It's not a donut. It's a scrub mommy. It's a sponge. Whatever. I digress. I have a cup on my paint water. I painted this one first. I didn't like it. It looks messy. The cup's actually missing. I don't know how I did that. Yeah, this looks overall messy. So I came in here and painted this one, and I love it so much more. This is a white towel. That's what it was. I have all these different colors in it, and so did I here. That's what I love about it. There's no logo on it. And then I was trying, it's a little folded, it was folded, but I don't think I encapsulated like the shadow arc of how that should be arced in this because it's curly. But
It's good. I like it. Next one. So I just sat down, like, in the living room, and I was like, okay, there's a chair in the corner. Let me draw it. So I drew it, inked it, and then I just put some alcohol marker for like the shadows. I just kind of split the shadows into two, and then I did that. Quick page. Here I was just planning out a painting. It kind of is under here of like the kitchen. Okay, whatever. So I was like, I was gonna put this in there, but when I tried it, I didn't like it. So I finished. I was done with the painting, and I was like, let me try putting cardboard on it and see, mapping it out to like break up the border. But I didn't like it, so I stuck it in here instead. You know, to go with. Oh, and this is also just me like seeing. I was gonna do like paint and then color pencil on top, so I was gonna colored pencil and water it down acrylic. Then another day, I was painting outside, you know, minding my business. I was trying to, on the balcony, I was trying to paint outside. There's a little banister, and then guess what? Rain. It starts raining on me. So I have to, you know, run inside quickly. And, you know, we have a window, so I just sit there from the window, and I draw the rest of these things. And then at the end, I'm like, okay, why did it have to rain in the middle of my painting? In the middle of my painting. It wasn't nice, but I digress. The other time, I was bored, so I painted my supplies. I did like this gouache background of blue, and then I just like did like these black splatters of gouache. And I was like, okay, let's just draw whatever I see in front of me. So I saw this nozzle for like my water bottle, and I was like, okay, let me use that. And I did Elmer's or glue. I did some scissors, yeah, and then 3 paints. Here we go, and then here's some shoes. I was doing a still life, and I was like, okay, let me paint some shoes. How fun! And then, ooh. The next thing I do is this like this study of a John Singer Sargent painting, the portrait of Mrs. Asher B. I think I'm probably gonna butcher this name. Wertheimer. Yeah, it was an oil painting. I saw it in person. I was like, whoa, that's awesome, big, crazy, amazing. So I was like, let me paint it. I did acrylic because I don't really use oils. I want to try, but I haven't. I don't know how. So if you guys any tips or any brands to use, please tell me. Please leave in the comments down below. Whoa, I'm missing something. There we go. Okay, and then I was just drawing. I was like, let me look at these cool YouTubers' paintings because they're gonna like art inspo, and I love their work. So my 3 favorite YouTubers, I love their paintings. I love all their works. Or so, whatever, I'll say it. So you have Camilla. Love her stuff. Love it. She does hyper realism, and something I could never do. So I'm very envious. I love it. So I just like quick little with some paint markers. I'm like, okay, let me just get the gist of her painting. Here's another one this one's by Blackbean CMS. Love his too. He does like he does oil pastel, something I could literally never do. And then here, Andrew Kadima, who was like, okay, let me do a 2-value oil painting. I'm like, okay, now this is gonna be crazy. And I tried to encapsulate it with just like 2 markers, but I was struggling with their paint markers, so I added a few other values, but you know, it's the gist. Also, just try and get the gist. Boom, here we go again. Here's another portrait of me. I just prepped it out. I did it, and I was like, okay, let me make this bigger. Let me try it for better, because I wanted to amp up the vibe for a piece of work. So, the drawing doesn't look like me at all, but it's okay. So I just did a drawing of me, and I was like, okay, a hand. Let's do it bigger. And I was doing some other sketches just in case, but I was kind of obsessed with this one, so I kind of carried it further into a different painting, but I'll show you guys that later. if at all. Yeah, another one was like, okay, look, composition time. I feel like making another still life because I've been trying to get better at it because I'm not the best at it. So I was like, okay, boom. Here we go. I see this on the shelf. Let's do it. So I get it and I paint it. So it's like a glass with like a bunch of sticks in it, and then like a shelf and some curtains. And that was the goal here. So I painted the shelf, kind of. Not kind of, I did. And then the glass. I don't know if it looks like glass still. I tried. But you know. And then some sticks things. And this is also acrylic painting, and I still didn't prep it. I mean, I need to prep one of these things one day and see what the difference looks like. Here we go. Snack breaks. I was like, this is a messy page, I was like, okay, I'm hungry. So I spent all the day just drawing random stuff. So I got some avocados, apples, a little messy goldfish, and then some bowls. A bowl with some pasta. Lunch and dinner. Oh my gosh. I love that. I think I made up that word. I don't know if I'm sure, but I got it from somewhere. Or I may have made it up. Whatever the case is, dunch is what I ate for lunch. I ate some pasta. And then I took some like polar rice pencils and let me draw. And the rest were, these were colored pencils. And then this was like gouache paint marker. Oh, this is actually paint marker. So yeah. Here I went to the Museum of Modern Art in New York. I was like, okay, look. I saw this cool sculpture. I was like, that's interesting. So I drew it. I got a little sticker. Mome. And then here's the ticket we got. And then we went to Krispy Kreme afterwards, and I saw some pigeons on the street in front of a fire hydrant. So I was like, I don't know my way. I took a photo, and boom, it's history. I drew it. And I think we're coming to the end, guys, but you know, supposedly this has been a 20-minute video already, so don't want to make it that much longer. I had this like cool bag that I really like, so I was like, okay, let me paint on top. So I did some gouache on top, and then the rest I did like inking or with the pen of the hair, the neck, and the shirt. Yep, this is page 30, by the way. Page 30. Next one, I did like this weird collage, and I was trying to go for like a portal vibe. So it's like all these like music note sheets, and then it's like this red portal like folding out from the outside, and then there's a big eye in the middle. Then here's just a mess. I drew a bunch of weird circles and then put a bunch of like, tried to do like stippling or like hatching or something, or like scumbling. I tried, and then I was like, whoa, let me do a mono print. So I just like put some ink on some tinfoil, and I drew a bunch on it. It's right over here. And then here I put ink on paper, and I tried to draw it in the ink, and it just looks a mess. So you know, I tried. And here I got some paints, some open acrylics for my birthday. And I was like, okay, let me try to do a still life. So I was trying composition, I drew it, and I didn't like it, so I drew another one, or I mapped out another one. Or I set up and I changed it, and I was like, okay, that's dynamic. I kind of like it. It's like leading you up. You know, you start here and then you go up. I like it. So I was like, final composition. I was like, I'm only gonna draw this from observation. I was like, okay, let me just like map out some of the things. I was like, okay, let me just draw them. So I drew like one of the containers there with more detail, and then I drew that bottle up there. And I drew my palette. That's about the same. Then here another time, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try a new painting. And so I was thinking about a painting about like building up a wall to hide behind, or like being cast out, you know? Something about insecurity is what I'm going for. And like feeling alone, or it's like societal masking, but I didn't really settle on anything. Sorry, I don't know why I skipped. I didn't really settle on anything yet. I wasn't really loving it. I started this one because it was cool, but I wasn't loving it. But I went up to my like art teacher, and she was like, "Hey, this just looks like you're trying to fill up space with all this background stuff. Find something that you think would make it look a little more dynamic, a little more creative." And I was like, okay. So I took a break, and I was like, we had to do another still life like in class or whatever. I was like, let me just map it out. This one. And then here we get back to another page, and this looks like a mess. And here's where I finally settled on. I was drawing someone, so I don't know why. Here's where I settled on it. There was a bunch of more sketches. But here I was like, okay, maybe I can have like 4 people, or 3 people, yeah, 4 people, 3 in the back, like standing as like a wall, a barrier, and then 1 there. Like offside, off cast, like off to the side and cast out. And that's the last page, guys. This is halfway through my sketchbook, so I might make another one of these videos where I do the next half. Oh, this probably should turn this way. But guys, look, this is my sketchbook, and I'm proud of it. I love it. It's amazing. It's incredibly thick, so I wonder how thick it's gonna be when I finish. But however that may be. Like I was trying to say, guys, I'm so glad you guys watched my video, my first video, and I'm so glad you guys got to explore my sketchbook with me. I don't really show it to a lot of people, so it's so fun how anyone who can watch this can see it, you know? Especially since I don't have to be like, because it's a little awkward showing my sketchbook to people. So if I'm gonna say, go watch this video, and then it's like, boom, problem solved. Problem solved, guys. Like,